Um, we are live.
He's got that magic.
Hey,
He's so spiritual. He's so
hey, 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 hey. Well, we are live, DJ Grady, baby. Welcome back, Roscoe Jenkins. Why is it? Why is it? Okay,
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
trying to see the
one of the,
live feed. Go ahead, DJ.
yeah, yeah. One of your I'm gonna use my my Barry White voice.
Oh
One of
my
your
gosh.
yeah, the volume's up too loud. I got you.
Did somebody say the volume's up too loud? Somebody said that already.
Mm-mm.
Somebody said the volume was up too loud, DJ Grady, baby.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess because you playing on the Facebook on the same device.
Oh, okay. So listen. I am so happy to I am so happy to see my Okay, I'm so happy to see my DJ Grady baby's lovely face. I'm gonna turn this down over here so I'm not I know it's been a minute since people have seen us, but we
Yes.
are so glad to be back in front of you guys. We've
Uh-uh.
missed you, but a lot of exciting things have been happening. So I can hardly wait um, to share with you guys what's been going on in my life. It's been a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's been a lot. So, what I'm going to ask is that whoever's on, and let me see, we've got a few people on. Um, what I'm going to ask you to do is to go ahead and share this with everybody you know. Just go ahead and share it, Booze. Just go ahead and share it. Let them know I'm
Okay.
on.
All right.
Host a viewing party or
Okay.
whatever you choose to do, but just let everybody know that I'm on. The Tisa Batey Show is on. It is going to be juicy, spicy, uh, whatever other adjectives you can come up with to describe the show. It's going to be deep and intense today. Now, this is part two to a topic that we have done before, DJ Grady Baby and
Yes.
uh, we are revisiting this topic because some people said that they couldn't necessarily hear too well because it was a lot of background noise,
Yes.
and a lot of other people wanted to chime in and didn't feel that they had the opportunity to do that. So we are doing a part two on, is it okay to date your friend's ex? I mean, let's
Mm.
just ask that question. Is it okay? I mean,
Yeah.
some say yes, some say no, some say maybe.
You
But
know what?
regardless of what you say, we're gonna talk about it today
Yeah.
on the Tisa Batey Show. What say you, DJ?
Hey, you know what? I don't
As
even
I
care
sip
no
my
more.
wine.
I used to care about that stuff. Man, gone. This world come on,
You said
everybody.
you don't even care no
I don't even
more.
care no more. Hey,
So, so
y'all go ahead
if
and knock
you
yourself out. Hmm?
okay, so that's easy to say that.
Okay,
But
this is
are
why
you
I said
telling
that.
me that
Okay, this is
if
why I said
somebody
this.
was dating your ex, if you and your ex broke up, if you and your wife broke up, you wouldn't
Okay,
care if somebody was dating her?
yeah,
Come
no,
on now,
'cause
let's just be honest.
he gonna have that headache, not I. And then two,
Ah!
then
Ah!
let me turn my volume down.
Oh
And then
my gosh.
the thing about it, the thing about it is that other person knows some integral things about the relationship or about that person because they may have something in common. You never know. Sometimes people can be, let's say, in the wrong relationship at the right time or around the right person. I don't know. Sometimes you see people get together and be married, and have a
So DJ Grady
good life
baby, and
after that.
okay, so at the end of the day, you're saying that you wouldn't have a problem with it.
No, I had no
Is that
problem
what you're
with it.
saying?
Yeah,
You
that's
would
what I'm
have a
saying. I don't.
I think men and women differ on this, and I was just talking to my girlfriend Tammy, who was here. She's my girlfriend,
Hey,
wonderful
Tab.
friend, my line sister. She's actually here with me today. She's actually helping me keep an eye on my Riley bug, my little grandbaby. So she's here, and we were just talking about that, and I think that men's perspectives on this particular topic
Mhm.
vary and are very different from a female perspective. So I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios that have played out in my life,
Mhm.
and I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say and sharing like experiences or life experiences. What I will say is
You
this:
know,
what I have learned is everybody who dates a friend's ex is not a bad person.
right?
Sometimes it's just the stars and the moon aligning, and sometimes ish just happens. Can I
Yeah,
say that?
yeah. You can say
Sometimes
that.
ish just happens. Yeah,
Hmm.
it does. A rule of thumb though is that I adamantly disagree
I
with
have,
it.
I
I
have a
don't
great
think it's
analogy.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Cutting you off. I
tell
apologize
me
for
your
cutting you off.
analogy. Go ahead. Go ahead,
It's
DJ.
just like you have a car, right? You're
Okay,
not
you have a
interested in that
car.
car, and you're not interested in that car. You send it back to the car lot. One of your friends go by that same lot, not and see that car. I want that car, and they test drive it. You know what? Or they stand around and walk around and they admire it. Then they test drive it. And they're like, okay, I like that. You can't get mad because you chose to buy that car, right? The car that
But
you gave up.
DJ,
I'm
you're
just saying.
comparing a used car,
I
to
compare
a human
relationships to all.
being.
I compare women to cars. That's the only analogy that
Why? But women are human. We're not cars, boo boo. We're
I.
human.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Don't you ride?
We're
Don't
human.
you get me
We
started now?
have
Because
feelings. Cars don't have feelings.
if you dog a car out, it won't last long, right? If you
Oh
dog
my
a woman out,
God.
she won't last long, right? If you ride her rough, she gonna like, hey, things gonna start
No,
breaking down on
a
us.
woman will still rise. If she's
But hey,
queen, she's still gonna rise to the top. Come
I
on,
look at
somebody.
car. I look at women like cars because I see like when I'm out in traffic, I see a lot of nice cars that I admire, that I like. You remember as a kid, you play what's that game you play as a kid? Um, wow, what's that game? Um,
Duck, duck, goose.
no, not the
Duck,
goose. It's
duck,
it's a
goose.
game like this is my car or something like I can't bingo is bingo.
Oh,
You
okay.
see a pretty car, you go bingo, whatever the saying was. I
Or
forgot what it
I
was.
spy something. Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
know what you mean. Yeah, I got you.
So, you guys may have the same taste. What may not be for you may be for me. You know what I mean?
I
So
got you. I
hey,
got you. Hey, I want to give a shout out though, real quick, to a
yeah,
couple of people who are watching. I want to say hey to my girl Charlene Parker, and I need you on this podcast today because
Charlene,
I'm Charlene. Come on home,
come on,
Charlene. And
Charlene,
my Anthony and my what's his name? Anthony
Anthony
Hamilton
Hamilton.
voice.
You know,
Yeah. So Charlene is a lifelong friend. We've been friends since I was in 10th grade. Um, and there's a scenario that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to share with you guys that me and Charlene had. And there's a scenario I had with another girlfriend, Ramona. And that's in my book. Um, this is how saved people sin. Plug, plug, the memoirs of a saved girl. Available everywhere books are sold online. Okay, so DJ Greg, he's playing the song, Charlene. Uh, that's just my DJ, y'all. So
yeah.
I'm gonna talk about a few scenarios. We're gonna be completely transparent, which is the only way I like to do things on the Tisa Batey Show. I mean, ain't no need in hiding stuff and covering stuff up and sweeping things under the rug. Um, that doesn't work. Like you try to do that, but that doesn't work. It serves no purpose. Let's just be
Hmm.
open. Let's be honest. Let's be
Hmm.
out front and just tell people our stories, and maybe somebody can grow from it.
Yeah.
So Charlene Parker and Donna K. Hawkins, welcome. I'm glad to see you on here. Alicia Fletcher, so glad to see you. Alicia was my college volleyball teammate, and we were roommates our freshman year.
Oh man, tall. Oh
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
So some tenure here.
You
Phyllis
play
Webb, so
volleyball,
glad
Tisa?
to see you. Did I play volleyball?
Yeah, that was my sport.
Alicia, can you help him out?
Wow.
He is saying, Tisa, did you play volleyball?
I used to play up at Mercer
It only
College.
got It
So,
only paid my tuition through college. That's it.
oh wow,
It only
man,
paid my tuition through college, and you know,
wow.
yeah, yeah. I played volleyball. I
You know,
definitely played volleyball.
yeah, and you
Hey
know what?
Nikki, hey Bounce and Ron
Hey,
Robinson.
hey,
Glad to
but
have
oh,
y'all
the
on. Hey
feed is
Latoya.
live tonight. Thank you, ladies, for just
Yeah, the feed is live.
coming
Lisa
on. Yeah,
Tomlinson King. Hey
yeah.
Lisa, we went to school together. Steve Burkett.
I know I'm going to
Um,
make a lot of ladies mad today on this show. I'm really just holding back, Tisa,
okay, so can I say,
because
ladies, please don't get offended.
yeah,
Let,
please
let me
don't.
put that disclaimer
I,
out there. DJ Grady Baby can
I,
speak from a different place sometimes.
yeah,
He can be completely and totally
and I don't mean no harm. I just say it
um,
out of love. And I'm my
he,
grandmother's
he
son,
he has no
so
filters. Let me
I
just
don't.
say that he has no filters, and that's what I love about him.
Yeah,
I love my DJ Grady Baby.
I love you
Um,
back. Mm.
even though, yeah, you never know what you're gonna
I,
get.
I'm a little
So
cray cray.
so just a disclaimer out there, and I hope all you guys are sharing this before we get into the
Yes,
meat and
please, sure.
potatoes. I'm trying to give you guys a chance to share it, but this is gonna be good. Is it
Mm.
okay? Is it ever okay to date a friend's ex? Phyllis Webb off the bat, she completely says, and Phyllis Webb, that's another girlfriend of mine. My daughter and her daughter Jasmine and Bianca were the best of friends at an early age. Wonderful, phenomenal lady. Hey Phyllis, thank you for joining.
Yeah.
She says no, I don't think it's right. Period.
Hmm.
Ain't no discussion. I don't think it's right.
Why are
And
you
and
holding on to?
my sister says she needs to call in. So
Yeah, yeah,
Nikki, I'm gonna tell you, if you want to call in, go ahead and call Tammy's cell phone. Tammy, you got your cell phone on you? She
yeah,
can put her cell
yeah,
phone on, because we're not that savvy. We're
yeah.
getting there.
Or
We are
I
getting
I
there.
can plug her into the system now where everybody can hear.
Okay,
Um,
well, how can you plug her into the system? How can you do that?
um, could
What number
I?
does she need to call? If that's the case,
Could she
then
do Facebook Messenger? If I put my if I'm put a message in, she hit me on Facebook Messenger.
she
I can
has
plug her into
Facebook
the.
Messenger.
So I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna say contact me. All right, hold on, I got
She
you.
has Facebook Messenger. So she needs to contact you how? Or she can
Facebook
contact
message me.
Tammy
So
and they
all
can
she gotta
both.
do is click on my name. I just say contact me, so I can plug her in. Let me get my cable. But I really want to say this, T.
Did
So
you
this is
send
what I was
her
holding back from. I was holding back from you. I was trying to be PC, but I can only be me. Okay, I can
that's all
only
I want.
be me.
That's all I want.
I was just thinking that some ladies, I'm not saying all you ladies, but ladies who have that mind frame are kind of selfish. You let this person go. Why are you? If you took a sweater to Goodwill and say you don't want it no more, your friend go out and get that sweater and they
You
wear
and
it.
your analogies.
Will you get upset?
You and your
I'm just saying
analogies
you
and
can't be
comparisons.
selfish. You can't be
But
mad
DJ,
if she's happy if they're happy.
you're comparing um, inanimate objects to people who have feelings,
Okay,
emotions.
okay? Are you planning
There's
to
a
get back with that
difference.
person? So if you're not planning to get back with that person, let them
Some
go.
people have exes, and it was not their choice to have that ex.
You know
They would
what?
have been with that person, you know, for eternity if it were up to them. So everybody's situation is not the same. That's all I'm saying, DJ Grady Baby. You
Just
got
saying.
men look at it. Men look at it on a whole different realm than women
Mhm.
look at it. And you men have been, God blessed you and equipped you with the innate ability to, once you say
Disconnect.
things are over, to move on and
You
disconnect
done.
completely. Yeah. Um, Women are more emotional, men are more, visual, so and logical, and I've always said that. So
Yeah. And the thing I
th-
think women
that
should
being
work on
said,
is work on letting things go. Exhale. And sometimes it's
Nikki,
just like,
check your inbox, your messenger for DJ Grady Baby, and he says that you will be able to call in today.
hold on. You know what?
Um,
Matter of fact, I would reach out to her. Hold on. Let me find her. What is her name again? Phyllis what?
Nikie, Nikki Beatty. Hey Nicole
Oh,
Haskins
oh,
Montfort.
oh, who did you want to come on? You want Nikki or
Hey
Phyllis?
John. No, Nikki Beatty. She says she needs to call in.
Okay.
James
Tell
White is
Nikki I'm gonna
on.
reach out.
Pearl
Oh,
Hawkins.
I have
Keith
Nikki. Hold on.
James.
I'm getting ready to
Yeah,
call her.
Naomi Love. Hey, cousin from Tennessee. And Phyllis, you're right. Men do think differently. And Nikki says, DJ Grady Baby, sit down. Sit down, DJ Grady Baby, with all that you're saying, because
I'm just
it's
saying you can't have
rhetoric.
it. You
It's
cannot have it your
rhetoric and
way.
it's foolery.
You
It's
cannot have it
rhetoric
your
and
way.
it's foolery, DJ.
Ladies, let it
If
go.
we can have it our way,
No, it's just like
we
holding on to
are
bad gas.
we are
It's just like
queens.
holding on to a
We
fart
are
for a
queens
year.
and heirs to the throne. So if Burger King can have it their way, then why can't we? Come on,
Hold on.
somebody.
I have Miss Nikki on the line. Hold on, Nikki. I'm going to patch
Hey,
you in.
Tangela Orange
One
Wine.
second.
Oh,
One
you
second.
got Nikki on the
Oh,
line?
yes, I do. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Nikki.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Can you hear me out there?
we
We can
got you.
hear you.
We can hear
Hey,
you.
sissy.
What's up?
No, I was just saying you all need to have the lines open for the callers, but I think I think I was on the first part of the segment when y'all did this, and I still
You
say
were.
that no, it is not cool. And like you said, certain things happen. You
Disagree.
know, some
I have,
things.
I have a great
Sometimes
analogy.
life just happens,
Uh,
but
mhm.
Right.
generally, no, it's not cool to date someone else's ex. But I want to chime in on you, Lady Great, and how you're metaphorically
Michael Lewis.
comparing these women to things like
Vehicles.
cars and vehicles.
Exactly.
It's not the same thing.
Exactly.
I know it's not
It's
the
not the
same
same
thing.
thing.
And
DJ Grady, baby, somebody just must have dragged you.
you know what?
'Cause I'm just saying, I don't.
I'm gonna tell you something. I have been around. I have been around the, should I say, the 285 realm of women,
Oh
and
my gosh.
I
Baby, you can log
just
on.
Garbage women. Just the way you don't value them. You don't
okay.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
This is why I value women like this, because I look at my celebrity guys, male friends, and how they go through women like cars. They get a new car for the new year, and they after that year is up and things don't work out, they take the lease car back, because all it is a relationship is but a lease anyway. You know
But
what I'm saying?
Nikki, let me just say this. DJ Grady Baby would probably be the first one to lose his mind if something like that happened.
You know you did.
But you know what?
He would lose his mind if something like this happened to him.
I'm gonna tell you what.
That's just
You know
my
what?
opinion.
Oh no, I had. Remember, I told you on the first show, I had it happen to me a couple of times.
Y'all just need to keep an open line of communication so we can call and give our feedback.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they can come in and hit me up on the Facebook Messenger. I would definitely. You guys can click on my name, Grady Taylor. Hit me on.
Yeah. So if you guys want to be live, if you guys want your comments live, hit Grady Taylor up. Riley is showing out right now. But hit Grady Taylor up in Messenger, and you can be live. But yeah, you're right, Nikki. You're right, Nikki,
Yeah,
baby. I can't say nothing.
But
Nikki hung up.
yeah, but
Okay.
y'all make sure y'all message me on Facebook. Y'all want me? I'll hit you up on Facebook. Just say you want to go live. I'll try to click on your name and go to you, whatever. But look here, ladies, you got to come on. Y'all can't have everything. I guess I've been hurt a lot. I have been hurt a lot before, because I've been in a relationship where my friends have dated my ex. So I guess I'm kind of numb to the fact, and it doesn't bother me. Do what you like.
I don't know if you're numb to the fact or if you're just in denial. And either way, it's okay. It's okay. I think that maybe you're in denial to the way that with regards to how it has affected you. Let me just say that. I think that men cover up and mask their pain so much better and differently than women do. But let me just say this. This is an article. I read an article, and I have it pulled up here. And it is on cosmopolitan.com. And it says, the article is, how likely is your BFF to hook up with your ex? Now, guys, this is an article. They surveyed 15,000 people in this article. And yeah, and it says, when it comes to actually following the rules, 77% of singles say that they always try to follow the rules. And the rules are either not dating your friend's ex or getting their permission prior to. Only 33% of men said that they follow that rule. Now, according to their survey, it was conducted by Plenty of Fish. 1/3, guys, hear me when I say that, because this is huge, and that's why I say we are living in a very competitive dating world or society. Things haven't always been this way.
Men
But
are
now,
the
because
prize
so
right now.
many of our men are locked up
Are the
or
prize.
gay and don't want us, or married, because
Mhm.
so many of them are unavailable, women are much more um, accessible for men. And women settle for a lot more now than they did in the
No, it's
past, in
not
my
settled. It's
opinion.
called
Yes, it is.
compromise.
No, it's called settling, honey. Let's be very clear on that. Whenever you're willing to share a man because there aren't enough to go around, you're settling.
Sister
Yeah,
wife.
yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. But this is proof. 1/3 of singles who were surveyed have had a friendship end because someone dated their ex. 1/3, guys. That's 1 out of 3. That's 33 people out of 100. Relationships have been completely severed because one person has dated the other one's ex. I mean, that's huge. I, I don't, I don't know if it's affecting you guys the way it affected me, but when I read this, I thought, wow, that's really, really, that speaks in volumes. And as far as following the rules, getting the permission from your friend before dating the ex or whatever,
That is no rule. Why y'all keep
the
saying that's the
Generation
rule?
Z's and the baby and the millennials, they feel like that's crazy. If I want to date you, I'm gonna date you. That's just what this says. That's
Mm.
statistically that's what's going on. People are dating their friends' exes, and relationships are being severed because this is going on. I think that's I think that's crazy. I mean, maybe I'm by myself, but here's my question, and here's the question that I posed last time, uh, and I'm going to get to your comments in just a second.
And we have
What
another
are the
caller too.
what are the statutes of limitation? Okay, I want you all to think about that. We're going to go ahead and take this caller, but what are the
Oh,
statutes of limitation? How long can go by with it being socially acceptable or morally acceptable that your friend dates your ex? I mean, how long can you lay claim to that particular person? But go ahead, let's go ahead and take this caller.
okay. It had to be a year. Okay, a year.
A
I said a year.
year,
Yeah. Hold on. Well, I
I
do it.
say 20 years.
Are you sick? That person gonna be in the nursing home by then. Hold on.
Grady, 1 year is not enough time for somebody to get
Oh,
over someone else if
hold
they're
on.
really in love.
Hold on. This is CM. Your ride or
It's
die.
CM.
CM.
Okay, what's going on, CM?
What's up?
Hey, I got to ask you this question. Please, I need somebody on my side for this one right here. I need you to ride with your boy on this one here. Tell her it doesn't matter. I know it's a time. I'm gonna say it's a time frame on that, but it's okay to date your ex. It's okay for a
Your
friend to date
friend's
your ex.
ex.
No.
You know what? God, I can't get nobody to agree with me. What the? You know what?
She said no.
She said no.
I
Why?
don't even know why you called her. Did you think that she was
What?
going to tell you something differently?
Why would you even want to?
Hey, look here. I want somebody to get rid of their ex, get off my back. You know what I mean? That's somebody else's problem.
Say what? What
That's
you
just
say?
like a lemon. Like a car. That car ain't no good. The more they ain't no good. Yeah, if they want them, they can have them. They're gonna break down on them anyway. I'm just saying.
No. Not a good
What's that?
deal.
Not a good deal.
Okay, not a
Uh,
good deal.
Nope.
I thought this
Okay,
was a good
so
side.
you're batting zero right now, DJ
Yeah,
Grady baby.
yeah. That's strike two.
You're strike two. You're batting
All
zero.
right.
Let
Yeah.
That's
let
it.
me just. Okay,
Okay.
she said what she had to
All
say.
right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you.
listen to this.
Mm.
Listen, and my mom is on. Hey, mommy.
Hey, mommy.
Um, Phyllis Webb said that's not being selfish. If you and that girlfriend is, if you and that girlfriend are good friends, why would you want to date her ex? Um, hey, Karen Majors, that's my soror. Yeah, I mean that's. I think that the rule of thumb is, especially with women, that it's never acceptable. It's never acceptable. I'm going to share this story with you guys, and it's a story from way back in the day. Hey, Lisa McMahon. Um, but when I was in high school, there was this guy that I dated. He was a few years older than me. I was crazy about him. God rest his soul.
Mhm.
And he was one of my first boyfriends. I was just, we dated, but it was so innocent, and there was not really any intimacy because we weren't fooling around in that way when we dated back in the day.
Mhm.
So we dated. We were girlfriend and boyfriend by title, but we never consummated the relationship or anything to that extent. Well, I had a girlfriend. Her name is Charlene.
Mhm.
Basil back in the day, but Parker today.
Mhm.
And I told her that she was going to be in this podcast before, so everybody relax.
Okay.
But I had a girlfriend, and she was a few years older than me as well. Well, she was dating this other guy, um, and he was from the same county, but lived in a different city in the same county. And I was much younger than this guy that she was dating, much younger. But I always had a crush on him from the time I was probably 6 or 7 years old. My
Okay.
family and his family were really, really close, and my mom played the piano for his family's church, and he was just, oh my gosh, he was just everything to me. But I was a kid, but I always had a crush on him. Well, when my girlfriend Charlene dated him, she was in high school, he was in high school, I was in middle school, because they're so much older than me.
Mhm.
But I was in middle school, and Charlene and I weren't friends at the time that she was dating this guy. But when Charlene and I became friends when I was probably in the 10th grade. Now, she and her ex-boyfriend had broken up, but I still had a crush on him. I thought he was just everything,
Okay.
just everything. And at this time, I had broken up with the guy that I had dated. Um, and the flip side is that Charlene and I, we became friends, became very good friends, still very, very good friends, one of my best friends to this day.
Uh-huh.
And the flip side is I started dating the guy that she was with.
Mhm.
um, and she started dating in college the guy that I had dated.
Okay.
And both of these relationships were significant to us,
Okay.
but we never fell out
Oh wow,
with each
really?
other. We
Do
never,
tell.
never, and Charlene is on the podcast and she can tell you,
Do
we
tell.
never fell out with each other
Okay.
because, and I don't know, and it was still a rule of thumb back then that that's just not something you do,
Right.
but it happened. Not
Uh-huh.
only did we survive it, we didn't miss a step. I don't know if we weren't emotionally
Attached.
connected or attached
Mhm.
to our
Mhm.
exes, but she dated my ex and I dated her ex, and we did this at the same time. It was almost a swap.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
fortunate thing, like I say, is the
mhm.
relationships initially that we had were very innocent. So, you know, half a dozen in one hand, six in the
I
other.
know.
But
But
we
see,
survived it and we were fine.
yeah, it's not gonna kill you. Your feelings, you may feel a little hurt or anything like that, but sometimes you have to get out of your feelings.
Sometimes you got to get out of your
You
feelings.
have to get out of your feelings. Things like that are gonna happen. Either they're gonna do it in your presence or without your presence. You know what I mean?
Phyllis Webb
Without your
wants us
knowledge.
to call her Grady.
Say that again.
Phyllis Webb wants us to call her.
Oh, I got Phyllis Webb right here. Hold
Phyllis
on.
Webb, do you have her on? Can you call her? She has something that she needs to say, and I'm really interested in hearing what she has to
I'm
say.
trying to click on her name because I know she's your friend. So what I'm gonna have to do some back channeling. Just
Okay.
give me 1 second. Go ahead. I got you. So, see, Tisa, that didn't hurt at all, did it?
That one didn't hurt, but I think the only reason it didn't hurt is that we were not emotionally invested in those initial relationships. Because I think had we been, it would have been a whole different story. I have to believe that it would have been a whole different story.
Tisa, I can.
Lisa McMahon says it's never okay. She says forget about it. It's
You
never
know,
okay to do
you
that.
just blocking your blessing. That's all you doing, lady. You just blocking your blessing. That person could be a blessing to you. He may have a message for you. Just give him some time. You don't have to lay down with him. You just communicate with him. That's all. You know what
Don't
I'm
lay
saying?
down, just communicate.
That's
Okay.
all. Yeah.
Don't lay, communicate.
Yeah.
Okay, so while Grady is working on getting Phyllis Webb on the line, and you may have to friend her. You
Yeah.
may have to
That's
send
it.
her a friend request, and she may have to accept. So Phyllis, you may have to accept Grady Grady's friend request before he can message you, and that's fine. Um, so anybody who wants to be on this podcast, anybody who wants your opinions heard, go ahead
All
and
right, get ready. I'm
send
getting
DJ
ready
Grady
to message
Baby a
her
friend
now.
request, and we want to hear what you have to
All right, here
say.
we
But
come, Phyllis. Okay,
okay,
I'm
is
calling
Phyllis
her.
on?
Not
You
yet.
calling her now?
It's Phyllis. Well, I guess I have to add her because it just kicked me out. Phyllis, you better not block me. You better not.
Yeah. So let me ask, while you're getting that
Send the
straight,
friend
let me
request.
ask this question.
Okay.
Why does it seem like, you know, as a woman or a man, when you
Mhm.
have somebody and you dump them, you feel like they're not the right person for you or whatever, you dump them, uh, and you move on with your life,
Okay.
and a friend starts dating them. Why is it that they all of a sudden become more attractive to you? Can
Mm.
anybody answer that question for me?
Think about it. You
Because that
guys are friends.
happens.
You guys have the same similar taste in guys. So it's the same reason why you was attracted to her. I mean, you were attracted to him. She is attracted to her. Have you been out with your girlfriends? You guys see a guy and you both say, "Ooh, girl, he's fine," right?
Yeah, that's
Same.
another story that I have.
Okay.
It's another story that I have that I'm going to share, and that's with one of my girlfriends, Ramona Coleman. But John Frierson, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, says, "Wow, bruh, a car? Like you
Yeah.
comparing these ladies to you comparing them to a car?
Yes, sir.
Like really?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Um,
sir. Yeah. Because
yeah, a car,
that's
like
just
for
being
real."
nice, and that's just being.
Teresa Thomas says, "I say never in all caps because I believe if you're willing to date my ex and you were and are my friend, okay, listen, then you were checking him out to begin with. You
No,
probably wanted him all along." Boom. That's
no,
what
no, no.
Teresa Thomas says. That's
Okay,
what she says. And you know what?
Teresa, you might.
Whenever I can say this now, she ain't all wrong in that. She's not all wrong in that. Now, that's not the situation that happened with me and Charlene because we were just kids. But I was checking him out the whole time. I will tell you that right now. I was checking him out the whole time, but she was not my friend when they were dating. So I had a right to check him out. And I feel completely justified in that. Um, there's another situation I'm going to tell you about, and we're just being transparent and open with each other because that's what we do here on the Tisa Baby Show. You can't heal, you can't get any better if you're not honest. And so we're just going to be completely, blatantly honest on the Tisa Baby Show. So there's another situation that happened, and anybody, Teresa Thomas, let me just say that you know you're right. You're right in that, and I'm going to prove how you're right. Um,
Oh my
and
goodness.
Phyllis Webb says she agrees. Charlene says she never thinks it's okay, but Charlene, I've already given an example of when you and I did it. So
Yeah, let's check your
um,
messages.
anyway, um,
So you agree?
Diane Cole is saying, "Did y'all try to shut me out?"
No,
No, we would never try to shut
no,
you out.
no,
I don't know where that came
no.
from.
Because she was on the line, then she hung up. I think she said bye or something. I didn't. I set the phone, and you wanted.
Yeah.
You have anything else you want to say, Miss Cole? I can get you back on the line, Miss.
Charlene said, "Fell out cause Tisa and I were very good friends, like sisters, and we were young, and but
Yeah,
not emotionally attracted to the guys." So we did not fall out. Charlene, we were emotionally attracted to them. I mean, come on, we can't say that, um,
yeah,
but not. Let's say not. We were not in love, and it definitely wasn't going to ruin our relationships.
mm,
Diane Cole says you never date your friend's ex. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you, and you know it. And that's for you, DJ Grady, baby, not me.
no, yeah.
Lisa McMahon says she keeps her circle small, so I already know who my blessings are. Okay, I got you, and I get it. I get it. Everybody agrees with Teresa Thomas. Diane Cole says she agrees with Teresa. Hey Pam, thanks for watching. Nikki says DJ Grady baby is funny. He's a mess. So were we able to get Phyllis on the phone or no?
No, unable to get it, but I did message her. I did send her a message. So if you can, please
Okay.
go to Facebook, check your message. I sent you
And
a
make
call
sure
me
you
number.
accept his friend request.
Yes, please.
And somebody tell me why men or women become more attractive to you when you see them dating someone else? Why is it the human nature that we want what somebody else has?
Because you feel
That's
that you
not
better
right.
than that person that he's with, and you realize that you messed up. Yeah,
But now I wouldn't even say that, because even if you get them back, you still really don't want them. You
right.
just don't want somebody else to have them.
Have-
That's just
and
selfish.
is that, to me, is that selfish or not? Is that
That's
the word?
very selfish.
Okay,
It's
thank you.
very selfish. It's
All right.
very selfish, and it's very self-serving.
All right.
And there was an episode, and my girlfriend Tammy brought this to my back to my remembrance. She said it was just on the other day on Living Single, and we all love Living Single. You got Max, you got Khadijah, you got Regine, you got Sinclair, and there was an episode where um, Regine had an ex-boyfriend. Well, she didn't want him. She clearly threw him to the wayside and had no interest in him whatsoever. But Max approached her and asked her point blank, "Would you have a problem if I dated him?" And she said, "No, go for it. I could care less."
Uh-huh.
I think in her mind, she was thinking that maybe it wouldn't happen, but they started dating. And when they started dating, Regine's attitude, demeanor, and her opinion of the situation greatly changed, to the point where she became jealous and almost vindictive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say, and that was, it was a great show, even though it
Yeah,
was TV, it was
yeah.
still very,
It was a
very,
great show.
it was parallel. Yeah, it
Yeah,
paralleled what actually happens in real life.
yeah.
Like,
But,
we
but
might not want you, but we don't want anybody else to have you either. That's a very, very selfish way to be.
yeah, she was
Yeah,
just mad because they was over there happy and she wasn't. Just face it, ladies. Just another love TKO.
probably. You're probably right. You're probably right. Um, but it still doesn't make it still doesn't make it right.
Yeah, just
So
another.
so are we not able to get Phyllis on the line? If not, we're gonna go on with the
No, we are
next subject.
unable to get her. I sent her a message and a friend request.
Okay. She said that she's already friended you already, but you
Okay,
still can't get her on the line.
okay, let's see it
She
right
said that
now.
she friended you. Um, Pam says it's petty. What are you talking about as petty, Pam?
Come
What's
on.
petty? Dating a friend's ex is petty, or getting mad over the fact that someone is dating your ex is petty? And I need somebody to chime in and tell me what the statutes of limitation are. Like, how long, if you're, let's say you're 19, 20, um, how long is long enough for you not to be offended if your friend dates somebody that you dated when you were a teenager or when you were in your 20s? Or how much time has to go by before it's okay and acceptable
Oh, there we
that your
go.
friend would date somebody that you dated once?
Hold on, I think I got Phyllis.
You got Phyllis on the
So,
line?
hello, Phyllis. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me turn your volume up. Can you hear me now?
Hey, Phyllis.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
we are
Hi, Miss
great.
Walker. How are you?
Hey, Phyllis. I'm Tisa, but I'm good, darling. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Great. Can
So
you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Tisa, I heard
we
you.
can hear you. If you have your
Hi.
volume
How
on,
you doing, Tisa?
Hold on, Tisa.
I'm
Let me.
doing good. And if you have your volume on, you might want to turn it down so that you're
I
not
got.
getting that
I have to plug you in,
feedback.
Tisa, and I have to put the sound in where you can hear her. And a question. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Let me do some engineering work over here. It's gonna take a hot second.
He's
All
gonna
right,
do some
Oh,
engineering work,
there we go.
and
Okay,
then
let me turn the speaker up over here. Tisa,
oh,
yeah,
hold on 1 second, and let's turn this other one up. Turn my microphone down.
we
we
weren't
weren't
expecting
expecting.
call-ins today, so that's why DJ Grady Baby
Now,
was not fully
yeah.
prepared.
So, Miss Webb, Tisa can hear you.
Hi. How are you?
Hey, Phyllis, I'm doing great. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I'm doing well.
Good. So what do you have to say about this topic?
I feel like that it's not right because a real friend would not do that. So why would you date your ex? I mean that person's ex, even though that they're not together. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
you have to be careful you have in your circle, like the sister said before, and that's one reason why you shouldn't really introduce your man to your friends.
Ooh,
That's
she
he
said don't even
all
introduce
the
them.
time.
Okay.
So the way
Wow.
so the
So
way
has it?
your friend did that to you, he can do it to your husband, your next husband you marry.
So let me ask you, Phyllis, has that ever happened to you?
Yes, it has.
Oh wow. That's why you're so passionate about it. I get
Okay.
it.
Okay.
That's why you're so
Yes.
passionate about it. And
So
so did you and the
that's why
friend, you and
you
the
really have to be careful.
Mhm.
Um, some women agree with it, but even though that y'all not together, you got to look at it. But you and that girlfriend, y'all was really close.
Mhm.
So
mm-hmm.
that makes you think all that time she was looking at your man. And this
Wow.
over here, I don't have anything to do with her, even though she came back and apologized, but it's not right. And it's not right in God's eyes either.
Yeah.
As a
Wow.
friend, a good friend, I'm not just saying, I'm saying somebody that you is in your circle, stay in your circle. So you have to be really careful with that.
Yeah. 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 I understand.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry for your pain, and I can hear it in your voice. And yeah, it's tough when it happens. But
So let me ask you a question, Phyllis, if I may. And if I overstep my boundaries, just put me back in line. But how long was it um, before, were you and your mate or man, were you all separated or together when this event happened? And if you were separated, divorced, or no longer together, how much time
No,
had lapsed before she started dating him?
I, actually, we was married, and then we ended up being separated, and then we got a divorce. So that, you know,
When did
that
she
really
start
did
seeing him?
hurt when I found
What
out
phase of
that it
this?
was her, that she was, you know, attractive to my ex.
So did she
So
start
that's why.
dating him after you guys had divorced?
yeah, I think that's what she's saying. After the divorce, did she
I'm
know?
After the
sorry.
divorce?
She asked.
I'm sorry to hear the
Tisa
question.
asked. Tisa asked where she dating him after the divorce.
Actually, they was seeing each other during the marriage and after the divorce.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
So
That's tough.
ooh.
Yeah.
that's why
That's
I
that.
say when like when it comes to relationships, I get really deep in it,
Yeah.
because when you in a, even though when you married and you say your vows, it don't have to be married. I mean, you could be engaged to someone, and that's why you
Mm,
have to be careful with women, because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
be after your man. They laugh and gee, but then they want your man. So
Yeah.
that's no.
wow.
And
I'm saying a friend. I'm not talking about just somebody
a
you
woman.
just
Yeah.
met.
Somebody in your inner
This a
circle.
friend
Yeah.
who been in your circle all this time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
deep.
So
Yeah. That's
you
hard.
know,
Yeah. That.
I did forgive her. I did forgive her because I had to. But I just
Wow.
had to come on and talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, we
Thank you
You know,
so, so,
you
so,
yeah.
take
so much for
boundaries.
calling in. I'm so glad you
Too.
called in. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you so much.
sharing your story with us today.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Thank
and
you.
I just, my hope is that you will, that you are completely healed and totally over this because I
Oh
can
yes,
imagine
I
that
am.
would be,
It's just
yeah.
that when I see the topic, when you was talking about that today, I really wanted to put my input.
I'm so glad you
You know,
did. I'm sure that you have helped so
so
many other people out. So thank you so much for
yeah,
sharing with us, sis.
so
And thanks for
really,
following
it's
us.
good to share. It's good that you having this talk show, Miss Walker, because this will help another woman who's going through this.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
it don't have to be a woman. It can be a man too, because it,
Yes.
it it works both ways. So
Yeah.
you'll be able to
Absolutely.
have your testimony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. You are so
And-
correct. You
right.
are so correct. This is not something that is just unique to women. Come
Because
on, y'all.
Yeah,
Let's
Yes.
this
face
kind
it.
of stuff,
Yes.
it breaks people's spirits. And
Yes.
sometimes people can lose
Exactly.
their way, and that's why I kind
Yes.
of make a joke out of it so that you guys can find that
Right.
that exit
Master.
out of that
Yes.
pain.
Yes.
Just look at him like as
Yes.
a idol. Okay, he's no longer my problem now. Because remember, when you was in a
Right.
relationship, it had to be a problem. So now, but you have to mentally train yourself to disconnect by saying, okay, that's her headache now. And
Right.
try not to, get her.
Exactly.
And it's gonna bother you, but you just gotta find that outlet. You got to find that exit, that
Yes.
detachment,
Oh,
that lever.
thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us, Phyllis.
Thank you so much, Miss Phyllis.
You're welcome,
Thank
Okay.
you.
sweetie. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right, thank you.
You too.
And share, keep
Um,
sharing
l-
it, liking. Thank you so much.
let me say this.
Mhm.
Here's my opinion. Um, Pam says it's petty when you want somebody back because they dating somebody again. You're
Yeah.
right, it is petty. And she
Mhm.
says she also thinks that 5 years is enough time to lapse. Uh, that's the statute of limitations before it's okay for you to date a friend's ex.
Because you might want to
So
move.
let me okay. So let me chime in just a little bit. Let me say this.
Mhm.
Morally, uh, I don't know that my moral compass tells me that it's ever right. Logically, it has happened, and it has happened with me.
Mhm.
And I know what type of person I am. I know what type of upbringing I had. I know how my mother raised me, and she was very adamant about, not letting other women in our house around my dad. And if she wasn't at home, better not be another woman up in that house entertaining family and daddy, and she's not there. I don't care if it was sister, friend, whatever. It didn't fly. So I came from uh, the rearing that was just not acceptable. I don't want, and my mother would say, I don't want nothing that none of my sisters or friends have had. I don't want a man, who has been with anybody. In other words, I don't want anybody else knowing about my man. I
Right.
don't want another woman to be able to say anything about my man. So I get that, and I completely morally I agree with that 100%. I really do. I think until it happens to you though, it becomes it now becomes real. So let me just say, um, I had, and if you read my book, This Is How Saved People Sin, the
Look.
memoirs of a saved girl. If you read my book, I was very transparent in my book, and I shared an experience that I had that was life changing and life altering. And that experience was, when I first moved to Atlanta, Georgia, I had my close girlfriend, Ramona Coleman, at the time, come down and visit me. And she would come down all the time. And she kept me from being lonely here in Atlanta during my first several months here. And she would always come down. We would go out, just have a wonderful time. She was like a sister to me. We went to Dugan's down on Ponce in Atlanta.
Oh
And
yeah.
I remember specifically, it was me, her, it was another female from our hometown who lived in Atlanta as well. And Ramona had a date with her. She was the only one who had a date. You know I'm right, Mona C. So
Mhm.
I remember specifically when this man walked through the door, and I thought, I saw him, it sounds cliche, but I saw him from across a crowded room.
Okay.
And I said, when he walked through the door, I said, my gosh, I have got to meet him.
Oh
I
yeah.
just, I got to meet him.
Mhm.
I was enamored um, with, with the physical attraction when he first walked through the door. I was floored. I said, I got to meet this dude. And so they asked who, and I pointed him out. Well, long story short, um, my girlfriend Ramona started dating him, and uh, I was feeling some type of way about that. I really was. But
Okay.
the friend side of me said, you know what? I'm going to just get over this. And, I had no claims to this person. I have no right to feel any kind of way. She has every right to date him because she met him first. So it is what it is. Long story short, uh, when I would go to Tennessee, sometimes he would ride with me. she would ask if he could ride with me to come in to see her, and he would ride with me, and we began to know each other and spend time together, and became associates, and then became friends because we were spending quite a bit of time together on our trips back and forth to Tennessee. Long story short, I started dating this guy.
Okay.
I did. Be it right, be it wrong, be it indifferent. I
Yes, ma'am.
started dating him, and I'm
Mhm.
big enough to say it. I also went on to marry this man. He became my husband. That is the father of Jasmine and Jordan. But I will say this, even though I felt bad about her feelings, because she was my friend and I never wanted to hurt her. I never wanted to see her in pain because I did truly, truly I loved her and I still do to this day. Um, Even though I wanted to be in better control of the situation, there was such chemistry and such a strong physical attraction
Mhm.
that it was almost magnetic. It was almost like if you see that movie, if you've seen that movie, what is the movie with Will Smith and Charlize Theron,
Um,
where they were
Peacock.
superheroes?
Is it Peacock? Hancock.
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 No, it's Peacock.
That was almost the magnitude
I'm
of our
telling you, that's
physical
how it is
connection.
sometimes.
Yeah, so we ended up dating and we ended up marrying. But what I will say is this: my friend Ramona Coleman painted me a beautiful canvas, a beautiful picture of what unconditional love and friendship meant. I don't know that if I was her back then, I don't know if I would have been able to handle the situation with the decorum and the dignity with which she handled it. She never stopped loving me. She accepted what I told her when we had the conversation. She forgave me instantly, and we never, ever stopped being friends.
A true
I
friend
don't know if I
always.
could have given her that. Uh, and I think that, she was a better person than I was. I don't know that I could have been that big of a person, but I love and I appreciate and I respect the fact that she was. She showed me what unconditional friendship looks like.
Yes.
And to this day, what I can tell you is this: she is still one of the closest friends that I have. I was in her wedding. Not only was I her bridesmaid, but I sang in her wedding. Um, and we just love each other. I
Yeah.
mean, like unconditionally, never stopped. Now she stopped speaking to him for a while, but she never ever stopped loving me.
Right.
And so for that, I love her. I appreciate her. I respect her. I hold her in the highest esteem because that wasn't something that I felt was okay. It was just something that happened. And I know some people might say nothing just happens. You have control. I hear you. And I
Yeah.
want to agree
Exactly.
with you. And my moral compass tells me that you're right, but logic tells me that you're not.
Yeah. Now, Tisa, normally I don't agree with you, but in this case,
Normally, you don't agree with me.
yeah,
You're
normally I
right.
don't. But in this
Yeah.
case, that energy, you can't deny that energy.
Yeah.
Those things are in common. It just, I've been in that situation before. Not saying with the ex before, but just the chemistry of meeting somebody that
Yeah.
you know that you are drawn to. You guys can finish each other sentence. You guys are thinking a lot. Just
Yeah.
have a lot of things
Sure.
in common.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
it happens. It happens. It's part of life.
I,
Everybody, I'm
I
sure everybody on this feed can um, agree with that. This happened. They have met somebody that they had this magnetic attraction to.
Yeah, I don't know that it makes it right. I'm not going to say that it makes it right. I'm not going to even say that it's justified. What I am going to say is that I'm a living witness that it happens, and it happens to people who weren't raised that
Yeah.
way.
Hmm.
Let's be, and here's the thing, guys. Um, don't judge me, because a lot of people out there doing it and won't tell you. So there are a lot of people out there who are slipping and sliding with your friends' exes or current, and they won't even be big enough to say that.
How can I
I
feel
don't I
about
don't agree with it either way. My moral compass tells me that either way is wrong. But you know what? I've been wrong more than once in my life. And I'm going to be wrong probably some more days before I leave this earth. But
yeah.
it's good to have that type of friendship and that type of person who will love you unconditionally and really truly show you what real friendship is about. I've been blessed over my years with some really really good friends, and I thank God for them. I don't take any of it for granted. And I think just the more that you grow and the more you evolve, um, you look at things differently because now I have girlfriends, and I have this one girlfriend, Ursula, and I don't know if she's on or not, but I've heard so many people talk about, oh, her husband is this, her husband is that. And I told Ursula the other day, I said, I don't know what it is. I said, but I think your husband is a wonderful guy. He's a stand-up guy, but I don't see him the way other women have commented that they see him. I don't, and maybe the reason I don't see him that way is because I'm not supposed to. He is my friend's husband. I'm mature enough to know that that's off limits now. And so anybody that any of my friends are with, Tammy has a nice looking husband. I don't see him as, oh my gosh, he's just so fine. I don't think of him that way. I think of him more as a brother. I think of Victor more as a brother. My girlfriend Kelly, her husband David, more as a brother. I don't see them in the same light that other women may see them because my connection is so strong with their wives.
Mhm.
So I'm putting my stuff out there and I'm saying, hey, I've been there, I've done it, I get it. And I have some people in the news feed who are saying, or in the feed who are saying, no, not your girl's ex, not your, come on, Tisa, not you. Yeah, me. Um, I've done a lot of things that I'm
Yeah.
not proud
I mean,
of in my life, but I think
you're not
I
perfect.
thank God that He's just enough to forgive me for them.
Now,
And
can I ask you a question,
hey,
Lisa? Can I
let's
give you a
just be
story and
real.
ask you a question?
Go ahead, DJ Grady, baby.
Because I was a teenager.
Ask me.
I was a teenager. I was 16 years old. I had just got my driver's license, and still staying home with mom. And there was this guy
Mm-hmm.
that lived in the neighborhood, much older than the guy. I think he was like 30 something years old. And I
Sure.
don't know if that was his wife or girlfriend, whatever, like that. But they had broke up. Now I know the guy, but I don't know the guy. Now my best friend knows the guy. And, that's somebody he knows.
Okay.
So she asked me to come by her house to help her with some stuff. Getting a routine of going by helping her. But this one particular night, it was late one night, and she asked me to come by. It had to be like at least 12 o'clock. I'm 16, 12 o'clock midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing. And the lady come on to me, and we end up sleeping together. Now, this, was I wrong for that? You know,
Heck yeah.
but
Heck to the yeah. You were.
well,
You were. You
well,
were. I mean, let's just face it. You were. I
I was,
mean, there are right things and there are wrong things,
I
and
was 16.
regardless
I
of
was
if
16.
it's emotions that get involved,
Yeah,
still doesn't make it any less right. It still
yeah.
doesn't make it any
But
less wrong.
she
If
should have
your
been older.
actions
She
are
was an
wrong, they're
adult.
wrong.
She was adult. Okay, I didn't know no better. And you know that old blues song, "You can't turn me off, not in the middle of turning me off." I was caught up in the middle.
Well, a lot of times men, in your defense, and I'm not justifying it, men do have a tendency to think with the wrong head. We're
She was
we're
34.
all
I was
very aware
16.
of that.
It was an entanglement.
You were
Okay,
how much? You were
I,
how old?
I was 30. No, she was 34. I was 16.
Oh, then that was statutory rape.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, that's what that was. Oh, yes, it was, honey. Yeah, 16 is
Okay,
underage in any state.
okay.
So yeah, she she
Yeah,
she
I
she
guess you got.
defiled you. She definitely molested you. She raped you
Yeah, she got
because you're not at an age. You're not old enough to make informed adult decisions,
decisions. Yeah,
intelligent
I didn't think
decisions. So
about
you were
that.
raped. Yeah, you
Uh,
were raped.
yeah.
Yeah, you
You
were
know what?
raped. It is what it
Uh,
is.
uh,
Report her today because she might still be doing that.
you think
But
the Me Too
anyway,
movement will work for me?
huh?
You think the Me Too movement will work for me?
The Me Too movement. Yeah, you need to report her because she
Yeah,
raped you back
yeah,
then.
she got.
I mean, that could have completely,
It could have went.
changed the entire trajectory of your life right there.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
Whoop, there it is. That is
Okay.
scandalous.
So she
That's
was wrong.
scandalous. She was definitely wrong. Let's get to some of these comments.
Yes, we have a lot of comments.
Um, yeah. Charlene says that's where I would have a problem. If I was married and then divorced and my true friends started, yes, this would be very hard to keep a relationship. And I agree with you completely. Even though I'm over my ex-husband, I don't want none of my girlfriends coming up to me telling me that they're dating him. So I understand completely, and I agree with you, Charlene. Um, Let me see. Let's see. We got so many freaking comments. I don't know that I will get to all these comments, but I do want to pick out some that I feel are pertinent to the podcast. We got a lot of people watching, and we've got a lot of people chiming in. Um, Pam Rose says, "Yes, Grady, you were wrong. Been there, but you were wrong." Um, and then we've got another comment from Phyllis that says, "Miss Talbert, I was doing very good. They're not together. She's married now. I forgave her. I just don't have anything to do with her, but I wish her well." And that's what you have to do. Jamaica McCowan Ewing says, "It's happened to me twice and never acceptable."
Right.
I mean, you just never know. You never know who is dealing with stuff like this.
Right.
You never know who has been through traumatic experiences like
I want to
this.
say how this happened. Women, when you guys are together, and somebody in the circle knows something wrong with you, and you vent to them about your relationship, and that's how they don't go to seek you. Don't seek advice from your friends.
You're
Don't do it.
absolutely right. That's
So,
that's and that's one of the takeaways that I was going to use in this
okay.
podcast. Be very selective in who you share your business with. Um, what I can say is when I got divorced, when I made the decision to get divorced, all of my friends were caught off guard. None of them expected it. Everybody thought I had a perfect marriage. And the reason they thought that was because I didn't invite them into my personal business regarding my husband or my marriage or what have you. So I'm not going to go around telling my girlfriends uh, about any intimate details of my relationship or what my man is doing and what he's capable of doing and all this. Yeah, that's off the table. That is not to be discussed. You go around telling your girlfriends how wonderful your man is in bed, and all they do is end up wanting to test the waters. Some of them, not all of them, some of them. So there are certain things about your significant relationships that need to be kept private. Um, and I strongly feel that way. Don't go sharing your business with everybody. Be selective in who you choose to talk to. Make sure, and it's okay to talk. I'm not discouraging anybody from talking because you need to talk. Everybody needs somebody to vent to sometime. Just make sure that that person that you are venting to is genuinely concerned with you and your husband and your union's
Yeah.
well-being.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very, very important. Very important. What
Now,
time is it, DJ?
okay. I don't know.
It's
I was
what?
gonna.
Oh my gosh, it's 7 o'clock. We done been on this podcast for an
Yeah.
hour already. It's time
Yeah.
for us to shut this down.
Yeah. It's.
Is there anything that you want to leave the guests with?
I forgot. 'Cause
Tammy,
I was gonna.
Tammy had a situation. Hold on, before you do that. I'm sorry, DJ. Tammy was telling me about a situation. Um, and I want to know how you guys feel about this. But Tammy, I know that they can hear you. They can't see you, but they can hear you. Can you tell the viewers about a situation that you had?
A good friend of two friends were friends, gosh, since elementary school, and one of them married the other friend guy that she dated when she was in her 20s, and it's 30 years later, and that friend married the guy that she dated while she was in her
While
20s.
she was in her 20s.
Right.
And she didn't tell her friend
That she was dating him whatever amount of time she was dating. She never did tell her about this friend. She just posted the video on Facebook and was like,
we're married. Now that is okay. So what she's saying, just for you guys who didn't hear, Tammy said that she has a girlfriend, and she dated this guy in her 20s. Well, now we're in our 40s, 50s. But she dated a guy in her 20s. Well, she's had a good friend that she's been friends with from, her teen years. Well, her good friend, just posted a video on Facebook saying that she married this guy. She was never told, she never told her friend that she was even dating her ex-boyfriend. Now, this was 20, 30 years ago that they dated. But was she wrong? And since then, the friendship has been severed. The girl who dated him when she was in her 20s could not
No.
could not accept the fact that her girlfriend now married her ex-boyfriend, and they've severed ways.
Okay.
Is that right or wrong? Like, that's been 30 years ago.
That was
Like,
30 years ago. Come on, that's
it was
old.
30, okay, so here's the end all. It depends on, I think the final decision or the final answer to this question is this. And some people will agree and some will disagree, and that's okay, because we're adults and we don't have to agree on everything.
Right.
We should be able to respect each other's opinions and agree to disagree.
Yes.
I think that the answer lies in how significant that relationship was to your girlfriend or to your friend, guy friend, girlfriend. If you have a girlfriend and you know that she was gone, she was head over heels, crazy about this person, distraught about the breakup, they really had a significant, intimate relationship. She's really in love with him. I don't think it's ever okay at that point to date him or to marry him or whatever. If you have a girlfriend and she dated somebody and the relationship wasn't really all that significant, she could really care less one way or the other, what he does after they parted ways, then maybe that's altogether something different. But I think it's a definite no. You just don't want to date anyone if your friend or your girlfriend was emotionally connected and deeply involved, deeply intertwined with that person. I think that's when it's just all bets off the table. Because I can tell you this right now, I got some exes that I dated in college, and if a girlfriend came up to me and told me she was marrying them, I would wish her well. I really would. I would wish her well, and thank God that I didn't get stuck with him and that she did.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you, I could care less, but everybody is not like me.
You
and
kind
I
of
get
low
that.
key agreeing with me. So
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I feel. But some people, women and men, would say no. It's just never acceptable. It's never okay. And I get that side too. And my moral compass would tell me that I should err on that side. But the logical part of me and the real part of me says that, sometimes things do happen, but I don't care how much I may be attracted to this person or that person. If I know that my girlfriend is deeply in love with this person and that they're just, their relationship is so significant and they've been, seeing each other exclusively for years and they're married and that, I don't think that it would ever be acceptable at that point. And
got
even
it.
if you have to go through pain denying yourself, you should do it. You
Yeah.
should do it.
Let me
I
ask you
just
this
don't think it's
question.
right.
This is kind
Yeah.
of crazy, but have you ever
Yeah.
started dating somebody? Maybe it's like your first or second date, and you go out with that person, and they take you around their friends or family, and you meet somebody in their circle that looked better and dressed better than them and was more attractive than them. Did you ever have that thought was like, damn,
Well, even
But I
if
know you don't act on
yes,
the bone
yes,
saying have that
I
thought.
have
Yes.
had that happen,
Okay.
but I don't act on that.
I know. I'm
I
saying
don't act
let you
on
act
that.
on, but you
Yeah,
just
I've
had
been
that
with the
thought
guy
before.
before. I've been
Yeah.
on a date with the guy before, and of course, I've seen somebody in his family or in his circle that I thought was much more handsome than him, and that maybe I was even more compatible with. But
Yeah.
but I conduct myself,
Yeah.
and I carry myself like a lady, and I don't allow that to
Right.
uh,
But I'm just saying
interfere with
that's a
what's
natural
going on
thing
at the
that
present.
happened. I'm not saying that you're going to act on it, but it's just things that's common, and it's up
I
to the
mean, you
person to be
have
responsible
attractions.
to control their
Yeah,
actions.
yeah,
So
you do
everybody
have
is attracted to
attractions. Yeah.
something. You just don't have to act on it. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I think women are less likely to act on it though than men.
Wow.
I think men, a lot of times men are going to do whatever they feel like they can get away with.
Yeah.
I could be right, I could be wrong. You know, some people will agree, some won't. But
I,
I think that it's just human nature for men
I
to
know it's getting
be
ready to
more
rain.
apt to doing whatever they feel like they can get away with. If they feel like I'm strongly attracted to this woman, they see her and they're like, oh my gosh, she's fine, she's this, she's that, because you all are visual creatures. If
Yes.
they feel like they can get away with it,
Yeah.
even if they're a man of quote unquote air quotes integrity, a lot of times
Uh-huh.
they're going to do what they feel like they can get away with.
Yeah, because we only go as far as a woman would let us, and a lot of times too with men that are, how should I say this? Because I have been in a situation where I was in the presence of a woman, and the woman took charge of the situation. You know,
Mm.
uh, are you going to push this woman back? And I've been in the situation where I told the lady no, this and that, and then the first thing she gonna holler, oh, you don't want me, you must be gay. You know, so now
Oh
you
wow.
stuck in the dilemma, like, okay, now you have to feel that you have to prove your masculinity. You know, yeah, I'm a man. You know what, I can handle this. You know, and so a
Mm.
lot of times you get trapped in certain situations, and then and far as with,
Yeah.
I can only speak from
Yeah.
my experience. I have been, damn. Now that you mentioned, I have been raped.
Entangled. You've
No, it's
had
not. No,
you've
it's
had
not entangled. I
entanglements.
have been forced to have sex with women before. You
Now
know.
I don't know that you've been okay. So
Yes.
let me just say this.
Yes.
I do feel like you
Pressure.
were raped. I do feel like you.
We lost Tisa. Uh, we, hello. We lost.
I'm
Hello.
back. I'm back.
Okay.
Am I back?
Yeah, you back.
Okay. I do feel like you were molested at 16 because you were not at an age to be able to determine what was right or wrong for you. So I do feel like she was wrong, absolutely wrong. But I don't think that, you know, when you become an adult, I don't feel like you're, as a man, I don't know how you're forced to have sex with somebody. I
Tisa.
mean, you have to participate to
I,
some
I
degree. Like
I can write a
you
book
have to
about it.
be stimulated,
No,
but you
it,
have to be stimulated
yes.
in order
Yes.
to perform.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're
Okay.
performing, I don't know if that's forced.
Tisa, I promise you, I, I can tell you, I can't tell you on the air, but I can tell you, women say some things. Like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna say this. You kind of forcing a situation, you
Okay,
know.
but
So
emotionally and mentally, how do you become charged enough to even complete the act? Like
because
if somebody was
because
threatening me as a result of me not being with them, emotionally and mentally, I'm not even going to be stimulated enough to even be with them.
because you're a
I
woman.
don't get that.
Men are physical creatures. So let's say like this. She's like, oh, she gonna push you
I
down. Oh,
don't get it.
you're gonna do this, and a woman can manually stimulate. Come on. Oh my God! Don't act like you so.
So
Don't do that. Don't do that.
you're
Don't be like that. I know
you're
you're better than that.
I'm not trying to judge.
Uh,
I'm not trying to judge.
no,
And
no,
I
I'm not
saw
talking
this
about
on
judging me.
CSI one.
You're
I
closing
saw
your
it on
mind through the
CSI one
fact that a
time.
woman can actually
I'm
get a
not.
man aroused. You know what I'm saying? By forcefully
I'm
by
not.
doing certain things.
Okay. Perhaps you're right, and I did see this on CSI one time. I did see it where
Okay.
a man accused a women of raping him, but he actually participated in it. So I did see that, and I okay. So I'm hearing your point of view. I guess just as a woman,
Got no hand on
which is the
therapy and
only
everything.
gauge that I have to compare to, because I've never been a man. Uh, it just makes me like wonder, like, how do you get aroused by someone who is threatening you? And if this is something that you really
Yeah,
don't want to
it's
do,
not want to
how
do
in the world does how do you become aroused? How does that happen?
because you don't want them to
That's
put
just
anything on your
ridiculous
name.
to
To
me.
a man's name is everything to him. So if a woman
So
come
you
out and
would
say that you did
compromise your
this,
morals and your standards. You would
at
compromise
that point,
everything that you
there is
stand
no
for.
morals or standard because for me as a man, I'm worried about my name and my reputation. You know, so and that wasn't the first time
But
I
you
was
have to
taking
go to bed
advantage,
and sleep with yourself every night.
and I
You're the
tossed
one
and
that you got to
turned.
lay down with yourself every night, thinking about what you've done and how you've compromised yourself and your integrity
But it's
because
easy
of
for a
what
woman
somebody
to pick
threatened
up the phone and
you
say,
with.
"Hey, he did this to me," and knowing that you didn't do it and you're in trouble. So it's her word against yours. So
Okay, but
when
if
it all
you did
comes out, they're
not
gonna
do
take
it,
the
you
woman's side
always have a
anyway.
chance.
You know,
Okay, so
if I knew I
you
was
would rather
going
go ahead and commit the act that she was going to accuse you of in the
going to
first
give her
place
going to give her
and
what she wants so she can go
risk
about her
her
business.
telling it anyway, Risk her telling it. Okay, but there's no guarantee that she would go about her business. She could tell it anyway. And when she tells it this time, guess what? It's going to be true. As long as it's
Yeah,
not true, you always
yeah.
have hope. You always have a leg to stand on.
Hey,
But
look at
you've
CIA,
gone ahead and
the
reinforced the
FBI.
lie that she was going to tell. I mean, you don't
Anthony
have a
Anderson
leg to
said.
stand on at that point, boo.
Anthony Anderson said, and two can play that game. The NBA, the FBI, and I think the CIA don't have nothing on a woman with a plan. You know.
Well, you know what? That could be true.
You know.
Sean Douglas says it's the principle. If you were and are friends with anybody, you just don't cross that line. Period.
Yeah. I
Period.
want some of the
Morally, I think
fellas,
that she's
I know you watching,
absolutely
fellas.
right.
Fellas, come on, y'all chime in. Don't make it seem like I'm the only one. You know what? See, that's the thing. Men don't want to
Well,
speak.
your boys ain't with you right now. Your
I know.
boys ain't with you right now.
I
But
know.
anyway, guys, listen. We got to get off of here.
Thank y'all.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this podcast. Thoroughly enjoyed the people who have called in. Thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate you. I will ask and beg of you that you please follow my YouTube channel. Yes,
Yeah.
I have a YouTube channel. That's one of the things that I've been working on. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Tisa Batey, and that's Batey. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really would appreciate it. Just got it up and running, so I have no subscribers. So I'm going to rely on all my followers and all my listeners to do that. Help a sister out. Also, another thing that I've done, one thing that I said is that I don't want to go into this coronavirus with all this time that we had on our hands. I didn't want to come out of it the same way I went in. So, one thing that I've been working on is I'm getting my master's, my MBA in HR management, and I will have that complete. I'm going full time, and I will have that complete in less than a year. And straight A student so far. So God is good,
All right.
and His mercy endureth forever, because it's been 30 years since I've been in school. But another thing that I've done is I've just yesterday received my certification. I'm now a certified life coach, and I'm thankful to God that He put it into my spirit to pursue this career. And this is something that I definitely want to pursue and do full time. So I would ask that you guys support me. If you know anyone who needs my services, I am not an expert in many things, but I am an expert in some. I would certainly appreciate your support. If you need any guidance, any direction, I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. I am a life coach. So if you have anyone, and I don't deal with people who have mental disorders or mental illnesses, I leave that to the certified professionals. That's something that is above my pay grade. But if you know someone who is just having life challenges, just needs advice on what to do, which direction to go, what decisions they need to make, then certainly I would certainly appreciate you referring them to me. So your girl's a certified life coach. I'm wonderfully ecstatic and excited about that and the possibilities that exist and the path that God has ahead for me. So those are some of the things that I've been working on just to keep you guys in the loop. Again, please follow my YouTube channel, Tisa Batey, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you guys so much for your participation. I love the feedback. I love the comments, and you're relevant to me, and I will try to answer each and every one of them. And to my always wonderful counterpart, DJ the Fine, DJ Grady Baby.
Oh shucks.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you,
Thank
DJ.
you.
I love you.
Thank you for having. Love you too. Love you more. That's my
Love
girl.
and appreciate you.
I'm
Y'all
getting
watch
her
out for me and
volleyball.
DJ Grady Baby. You never know what God has in store for us.
That's
You
right.
about volleyball?
I'm going to pick up a volleyball. I'm going to the
I could
store.
probably give you a few pointers in volleyball.
No, if you can return my serves, then you're good.
Maybe that's.
Trust me, I have a top spin serve, a back spin serve that nobody can return. That's how I think that's how I got picked to be on so many teams.
Okay, well, I
because
might
of my
not be
serves.
able. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, he talking. He really talking now.
Oh yeah,
Anywho, we're gonna have to get off this podcast, but thank you guys so much for joining. We love you and we appreciate you.
guys.
Thank you. Join us next time.